Salutations, steamship pilots or captains. I'm splitting hairs here. This is Automatic for Automatic Games. Thanks for joining me for this, an update video, in which I'd like to express to you the fact that the script is done. We are a month out from my first call for voice actors, 2 weeks out from that update video in which I sought to gauge each individual's level of interest. And I deeply appreciate your responses to those videos. It really does mean a lot. And in the last video, I said that it might take 2 weeks to finish the script, but closer to 1 week, seeing as I was so far along in that endeavor. Well, as it turns out, I milked those 2 weeks for every last ounce. And I apologize about intermingling measurement systems. I know that can be combustible. I am aware of that, and I did it anyways. The reason I took 2 weeks is one, I'm really under the weather. If you can't tell from my voice or my level of energy, it is bad. It is raspy. Not my level of energy, but my voice. I know what you're thinking. Your voice is always raspy, Otto. It's uncanny lately. It hurts to freaking speak, but I've got to get this video out. And still maintain some kind of modicum of, I don't know, spirit. Anyhow, where was I? Yeah, so a week ago the scripts were typed up, but there's a world of difference between typed up and good to go. They were not good to go by any stretch of the imagination. Some revisions were in order. And you know, I think it's tricky writing for, I don't want to say comedy, because hell, I don't know if this will be funny or not, but humor, mild humor. When endeavoring to write mild humor, I think it's tricky, because, you know, when you first add humorous dialogue to a script, it's funny. Otherwise, you wouldn't have added it to the script. However, on the second read-through, it loses some of its luster. After all, you anticipate the punchline, and by the third time, you're just desperate to have a pair of fresh ears to get a sense as to whether or not the joke was funny in the first place. I'm sure that's a common issue when it comes to writing for quote-unquote comedy, as it were. But it did make the endeavor interesting. We'll just leave it at that. So in my editing, I was trying to streamline the script because the first copy of it was just way too long for my liking. I tried to cut that down as much as possible. I also tried to inject some idiosyncrasies, some manners of speaking into the different characters. I'm trying to think of a better way to express what I'm trying to say here. You know, if you were writing a screenplay and you had a character named Automatic in it, you would want him to say good deal occasionally. He might open with salutations more often than not. So that's what I'm referring to, that kind of thing. Giving these characters more character, not to sound redundant, but everyone has a certain way of speaking. And so that is something else I strove to do. And in the end, yeah, it took an additional week to get all that done. And despite the deep cuts that I made, I am still left with a 70-page script. And yeah, that's to me, that's long, you know. And but don't balk at that number. I'm not about to send you a 70-page script. Don't fret. The longest script, as it relates to an actor beside myself, is 11 pages, I think. Yeah, 11 pages. And the next longest one is 9 pages. The rest are all 5 pages or less. There's more than a few that are 1 page. But I mean, you know, I still kind of, I'm experiencing a little bit of trepidation as it relates to the 11-page script and the 9-page script, you know, for fear that I'm going to, you know, email those to the voice actor, and those actors will say, hell, I didn't sign up for all of this. Screw you, Otto. Either cut the dialogue or shove it. And I am kind of tempering myself with the notion that it's not a monologue. Those 11 pages have other characters throughout, so it's not, you know, if you were just to isolate that specific actor's lines. It wouldn't constitute 11 pages worth of material. And also, I guess if you were to audition for a play, and out of a 70-page script, you found that your character only spoke on 11 of those pages, well, I don't know about you, but I'd be a little disappointed. I'd think, well, I didn't get a big enough part. But rest assured, that's not necessarily the case with here. I mean, the main character talks all the time. And so, that character with 11 pages and the one with 9, they appear in several episodes. And that's another thing to keep in mind with these scripts. Reflect your character's dialogue throughout the entire first season. And I'm not holding anybody to the idea that they're going to participate in the second season. We'll touch on that issue down the road. It occurs to me that you may be wondering if you were cast in the first place. Therefore, there's a cast list in the description. I encourage you to check that out. If you were not cast, but you still want to help, just leave a message in the comments section expressing as much, and I will do my best to get you into the script. So now all that remains is getting it out to you. And in order to do that, I do have a few people's emails, people that I've worked with before, and so I'm just guessing that I'll use the same email, and I'll get those scripts out to you within 24 hours. As to those of you whose emails I do not have, here's what I'd like to do, if it's not a problem. Have you guys hit me up on Discord. In fact, I've already sent friend requests to people that that I've written a script for. Excuse me. And so yeah, if you can check your friend request and accept mine, or just get a message out to me with a valid email, I'll get the script out to you post haste, as they say. Also, we could use Discord to discuss anything you'd like in terms of your characters or more. If you want to talk about global politics, we can talk about that. But more pertinently, if that's a word, we can discuss your character's motivations, pronunciations. I think could be an issue. After all, some of these words were created by me because they take place in this fantasy world. So, seeing as these words were pulled from my ass, you may not know how to pronounce them. And so I'm more than willing to talk about anything you'd like on Discord. So hit me up on there, and we'll go from there. And I guess that's it. The video you've been seeing in the background is, just me screwing around, dressing as a mail courier. Because I didn't have footage and I wasn't feeling up to making anything too fancy, lad. So I just decided to settle with this. And yeah, that I think is the long and short of what I wanted to say in this video. And I think it'll be a fun series. One interesting thing that I'm kind of doing, and I don't know, it's certainly not necessary, but I'm not using a lot of curse words in it. I guess I am, but they're curse words that apply to this. For instance, hell is the nether, and so, people would say, what in the nether are you doing? Or, oh, nether, or something like that. Anyways, yeah, I've substituted some of the curse words for words that are a little more innocuous. I think, because I'm giving voice acting roles to some rather young folks here, so that is why I want to keep it relatively clean. Anyways, folks, I gotta go. I gotta nurse my damn throat. Take some more cough syrup. Anyways, this is Automatic for Automatic Games. If you like this, and if you are subscribed, I will talk to you soon, friends.